It is the season of standing ovations at Cannes. Kevin Costner returned to France with 5 of his kids for the premiere of his new movie Horizons, which he has spent years making. Now, inside the theater, Kevin got emotional and teared up after his film received a 7-minute standing ovation. Demi Moore showed up to Cannes wearing this Schiaparelli, I'm not sure if I said that right, gown for the premiere of The Substance. It's the first time one of her movies has ever premiered at the festival, so it was a big day for her. The film received a 13-minute standing O, but some reports said it was only 11, not 13. Okay. Selena Gomez wore this black and white off-the-shoulder gown to her premiere. She also got emotional during her standing ovation that was reportedly 9 minutes long. And Emma Stone wore this gown with a plunging neckline to the premiere of Kinds of Kindness. And inside, Emma made some goofy faces, feeling awkward with her long standing ovation. Cameras also caught Taylor Swift's famous ex, Joe Alwyn, who also stars in the film. Okay, Al, is this I know it's tradition, but come on.
You know me, I always try and find a way to like a tradition, because I think we have to have something that connects us. It's just like the reality of doing something for 9 minutes, which is the shortest one we talked about, is mind-blowing to me. And I wonder, does it take away? Because if everybody gets a standing ovation, then a standing ovation means nothing. Yeah. So in a weird way, I kind of wish that they were. It's almost like when a singer wants you to ask them to do like an encore, and so they're still they're right off stage, and you're like, come back out here, and they're like, I got another song. So, I don't know. It just kind of, I like the impromptu nature.
I just think it's like, I don't think Americans could stand and do anything for I feel like it's very European to give that tradition, but Americans would be like, let's go eat. Let's go do something else. Like, it's a lot of time. Like, think about our A block, which you talked about in the segment. Like, that's half a part of our show. I don't know. Is it that good? Was it mind-blowingly amazing? Now, he's crying, I think. He spent about $34 million of his own money and spent years trying to make this, and critics have been a little tepid, is the nicest word I could say. So he must feel validated, but 9 minutes.
I'm just wondering, is there like a clock? Who's the first to sit down?
Yeah. How do you stop it?
How does this, I don't understand.
I think
do you
when
like
you're
it,
talking
Erica?
about the spirit of ceremony, certain things should be left inside. Do it, like have the 9-10 minute standing ovation and all of that, but I think it ruins the spirit of ceremony when it's like so publicized and amplified. It's kind of like, sometimes I was going to use a funeral metaphor, but that's just because
now
I'm
you
daughter
of a funeral. Yes, exactly.
No, it's just like, this isn't, I don't know if this is going to work, but at a funeral, there's a part where the person is actually exposed to the world, and you're giving your respect to the vessel that once was them. Then you close it because it's a part of the ceremony of the people who are left behind. That's the spirit of ceremony. So it's like some things should be open and other things should be closed. And I feel like
I see, yes,
to protect the sanctity of what these ovations are about,
don't publicize
then it shouldn't be publicized.
I like that aspect of it. I do. It feels more like coveted, and I think that's more important.
And just the camera's like right in their face.
I know.
Emma Stone was like, yo, back up.
Yeah. Do it again.
Okay.
All right.
My Reba.
I was going to say that's your Reba. I didn't know if it made you. That I've been sitting next to you for that many years. I was like, that's her Reba.
I don't think Reba wants to know.
No, she's a wonderful singer.
Yes,
beautiful woman.
She is. Beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
All right. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were spotted out together. See, amid speculation that their marriage is in trouble. They were seen attending a movie event in Santa Monica over the weekend with their kids. Later, they went to Soho House, which is a private members club. So this is the first time cameras have caught the two together in months. This comes after all the headlines. We even covered it here about this quote-unquote impending split. Multiple outlets have reported that Ben had moved out of their house and that JLo was spotted house hunting without him. Tori?
So I think there's something here, y'all.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And a lot of people, again, tabloids are saying, well, we're just speculating ourselves, that sources are saying they just realized this second try, this second flame is just not going to work out. He was seen without his wedding band. They're always choreographed together. She looked absolutely miserable at the Met Gala. I mean, she just looked upset. They recently came to an event together, but separately, but left together, and paparazzi were all around, and they were all like smiling really weird for them. And if it feels like they called the paparazzi on themselves, and you do that when you're, want to show that you guys are a unit. I think it's done so, unfortunately. And I don't mean to be callous, but I think they're not seen together for a long time on red carpets. That's a sign for at least JLo.
But then why did they go out afterwards to the members only club? I just feel like if they were doing it for show, they would have walked the carpet.
Because the people in that Soho club are also like people in the know and network, and they should be word of mouthing, oh, they were together, they were there, trying to calm the waters.
That's a good theory. What do you think, Erica?
I mean, after
I feel bad. I'm like, they're donezo. I meant nicely.
The Geely era, it might have been a forecast of maybe this wasn't going to be something that was going to ever come together quite right.
She said it way better than Dunzo.
I mean, it was. It felt, that that moment had its moment, and I was all good for like, give it another try. Things change. Apparently they don't. Yeah. And I think JLo really pays attention to like her Q rating. I think that she pays attention to
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
Her fans are saying, what they're buying, or in this case, not buying. And I don't think JLo is one to allow any man to get in between her bag.
Ooh. Not
I like
the bag.
when she says bag.
I know, get your bag. I like that.
And let's not walk around this at all. Ben Affleck seems like a person that doesn't want a lot of attention at this point in his career.
Totally.
And she is something that pulls attention towards her.
Yeah.
So I just think they shouldn't be hated on for trying to rekindle love, because you don't want to have any regrets at the end of this ride.
You're right.
I appreciate them trying, but there does seem to be some smoke there, Sammy. It looks like it's not doing well.
Is there smoke in your lungs? Poor guy. He lost his voice while doing stand-up.
That's what he's saying. I think he's sick.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you're sick.
I'm not. I feel great.
Were you somewhere screaming?
No, I just talked a lot this weekend.
Okay.
All right, we have one more story.
Okay.
A lot of people wondering, does Britney Spears need help? A report from TMZ says Britney has been in a tailspin ever since the conservatorship under her father ended. It says Britney is not taking her meds, has been drinking and using drugs, and her mental health is in jeopardy. Now, meantime, Melissa Joan Hart is speaking out about their early friendship back in the day. Melissa starred in Britney's Crazy video. The song was featured in Melissa's movie Drive Me Crazy. She told ET she wishes she would have looked out for Britney more when they were younger. Watch.
Britney and I got to do a lot of press together, and we had a lot of fun together during this time.
You really took her to her first nightclub.
I think I did, yeah. I saw that she was just surrounded by people, never able to break free. And I was like, hey, want to come? I would go to a club every night. I loved dancing, and I loved going out. But I also knew to be responsible and like when to stop and when only one drink and all these things. And she was underage and young, but I just was like, let's go out. We're just gonna go out and have some fun. And I feel really guilty about that still to this day, because I should have known better being a big sister.
All right, so it's no secret that we've all expressed our concern for Britney Spears on this show. Where do you think we're at right now with Britney?
Just very quickly, I have always stated that Jamie, her father, should be left out of the circle of conservatorship. He, I think, was exploiting her with the money. Now, she was in charge with a social worker named Jody Montgomery, and in 2021, a judge said Jody didn't need to be there anymore. That's where things started to fall apart. Britney herself said she'd be okay with Miss Montgomery staying. She was an independent person. In my opinion, with that much money and that much of a platform, she needs somebody there just to look out for her. I wonder if her mom is still with her. She recently wrote a post saying she misses her family and is so glad her mom is there. So I'm confused because I thought there was feuding.
Well, I think she's confused too.
I do too. I think she needs Miss Montgomery back.
I don't, but it's not the state's fault, because if you look up the definition of conservatorship, you have to be like completely like either in a coma or your dementia is so bad you cannot make any sort of choice for yourself.
Right.
Clearly something is wrong with Britney, and my heart heart breaks for her. It looks like substance abuse. It looks like mental health issues.
Right.
I'm not a clinician, but that's what it looks like. But I don't know if it's the state's fault. I don't know if she technically qualifies for a conservator, or if she's going to have to go back to rehab, if that's even on the table, because she's
and
not.
Who could make her go and who could make her stay?
She's a grown adult, right?
It's very murky, like you said, Sammy. When somebody has Alzheimer's, you can show the state they cannot fend for themselves. But when it's in the grays and the blues, and she seems weird here, but she was able to do a concert a month ago. I think the state is like, we literally cannot do anything. Like when somebody's missing and they say it hasn't been 48 hours yet. Even though you're like, this is out of Erica's character, they can't do anything. And I think it's hard because we always believe that there's a higher power out there.
We really do wish her all the best, Miss Britney Spears.